Hello and welcome to the news. Today we are going to be going ahead and discussing some news. First of all, on the agenda, the Italian Prime Minister has said that he will resign amid a coalition crisis. Yeah, a lot of politicians resigning lately. The English Prime Minister resigning. The Sri Lankan Prime Minister. Being kind of forced to resign there. A lot of things going on there. You have a lot of people around the world leaving their positions of office at around the same time. So looks a bit like we're having a revamp and new people are coming in. But and just lately, the Irish government lately just staved off a no confidence vote. And if that had gone against them, well, who knows what would have happened there? Might have had more things there. So yeah, a lot of things going on there. And it's a bit on the interesting side to see, to be honest, when you're looking at the likes of these countries that are going ahead in there. Yeah, but a lot of leaders are resigning there. So who knows the state of democracy? But anyway, in other news, there was a French actor who has claimed that he was the victim of an elaborate multi-million euro fraud. Now, the allegation is that there was a man who claimed to be an Irish lord. Yeah, the Irish don't have lords, so that should have been a bit of a send off there. So might have wanted to check that up a bit. So yeah, it seems to be fairly elaborate. It's a lot of things going on there to trick him, but I think a little bit of Google, like if you look it up, just like Google, do the Irish have lords? And then, only really ones that have been given by the United Kingdom. So yeah, that it literally says the period of Ireland consists of the title and nobility created by the English monarchs in their capacity as Lord or King of Ireland. So yeah, basically, no. So just to be aware, anyone listening, just if you are scammed by someone online who says that they're an Irish lord, just Google, do Irish lords exist, or do the Irish have lords? Because maybe, Googling can sometimes lead you into false sense of security when it comes to scammers. You might want to lead further, there's been multiple allegations where you look up a site and it says, is this site legit? And it's like, yeah, this site's definitely legit. I've used it many times, worked all the times, definitely not a scam. And then it is a scam. So there's that. There are sometimes ways where you can get around the Googling area there. But this particular one, it could have been saved off by simple Google. So in other news, Mali suspends new personal arrivals to the UN peacekeeping mission, which includes troops. So yeah, this is a mission in which the Army Ranger Wing is involved from Ireland and my country. So yeah, there's a lot of things going on there. So yeah, basically a lot of things going on. And in other news, the Sri Lankan president has submitted a resignation from Singapore. The president had fled to the Maldives yesterday aboard an Air Force jet. Yeah. And when it comes to your Tory leadership race, a lot of things going on there. Sunak is still on the top after the second round of voting, but Braverman has unfortunately been removed. So yeah, not too good there. And Biden has said he was using all American power to stop Iran acquiring nuclear weapons. Israel is staunchly opposed to a nuclear deal that Trump has signed with world powers in 2015. So yeah, a bit dodgy there, but you know. It's concern there. And the Japanese Prime Minister blames the police for the death of the former leader. He blamed inadequate police security for the shooting. Maybe that was intentional, inadequate police security, but I'm not going to say that it was as well. It may not have been. There's no outright experts have said that yet. So yeah, Russia, in an investigation switching off gas to Europe, could present severe risks, say some people. But one suggestion might have been if we all went green when we were told to, over 50 years ago by the climate scientists who were like, guys, we need to go green or else the planet will die. Maybe if we did it then, when the scientists literally told us we need to or we'll all die, maybe we should then. I don't know, that might have really helped things out. But no, you didn't. And in a really sexist term, this is a really interesting thing this happens and really, really concerning, because it's one thing to disagree with someone. It's quite another to just go full-on sexist. Now you're not disagreeing with someone, you're just being sexist. It's the same thing with racism. It's one thing to disagree with someone, it's quite another just to start being racist. It's like, you're just being racist now. And that's what people are doing in Northern Ireland. Effigies of female politicians being burnt on a bonfire have been condemned across the political spectrum, and including the DUP. Maybe don't just pick female politicians. How about we make it all the politicians you don't like? Because otherwise, what you're doing there is you're singling out a group of people, and you're saying those people. So you don't like those people. Like, that just seems kind of really, it just seems like, you're kind of being a bit sexist, to be honest. And that's the sort of thing you see there where it's like, yeah, you are being very sexist in that scenario. So, maybe don't do that. Anyway, Sturgeon has said independence is essential as the UK faces a shift to the right under the new PM. Yeah, the First Minister spoke out at the launch of a new paper promoting Scottish independence, because Boris Johnson wasn't the greatest fan of giving the Scots their independence. The Scottish people would ask and be like, well, you had one in 2014. I wonder if anything happened since then, Boris. Like, I don't know, Scotland being forced to leave the EU. Might that have something to do with it? Oh, massive changes, because that's how time works. And if there's massive changes in between two periods of time, you can't be like, well, then, no, you had one almost a decade ago. But, I think after a decade, even after a decade, if nothing had changed, kind of fair, because, that's a lot of new voters, and a lot of people dead as well. So, yeah, the Prime Minister before this, Boris Johnson, wasn't really the best when it came to independence. And will the next one be better? Not really. Not to be expected, really, because they are going to be a Tory Prime Minister, so, Tories don't exactly have the best history when it comes to relinquishing control over countries that they own. Or money as well. A lot of them have a lot of money, so, there's that as well. Bit concerning to see as well. As she says, the kind of the shift to the right there, because, it's concerning. And the grants are now available up to 50,000 to refurbish derelict and vacant homes, because we as a state in my country just cannot get down to the fact that, wow, maybe what we should do is actually build some homes, that way we don't just give free money to people who are rich. Like this is a good thing theoretically, but the issue is that their home's owned by rich people. No one has just the average person doesn't just have a derelict home. Like, how many people do you think in this world are like, oh yeah, I've got a home. Unfortunately, it's derelict. Yeah. Oh yeah, I know, right? What a pain, you know. I've also got another home. Yeah, that's vacant. No one's living there. Like, I understand that for some people, it is practically impossible to deal with the damage that there is to their home. So they have to have money to do it up. But then to get the money to do it up, they'd have to sell the property. But then they would need the money. You know what I mean? So it's this kind of cycle of I'll get the money to do the property, and then I can sell it. Or lease it out. So you do have some people who are in a position they don't have the money to do it up, but then they also don't want to sell it. But in fairness, they still do have a second property, so yeah. And in other news, looking at things, tent camps for refugees are set to open on Monday due to accommodation shortages. So yeah, that not exactly the best there. And inflation has hit 9.1%, and it's reached its highest level in 38 years. That's still better than some countries, but And in other news, when we're looking at Kevin Spacey, he's pleaded not guilty after being accused of sex attacks. Yeah, he's a 62-year-old. Yeah. Is he guilty? Allegedly guilty, yeah. Allegedly. I doubt I would be sued for libel, but on this thing, because there are currently 0 viewers, but still, I'm gonna say allegedly, because who knows? And maybe he's guilty, but allegedly he is. So anyway, so the Scottish Gallery has also unearthed a Van Gogh self-portrait hiding behind another painting. So yeah, that's a interesting thing there. Creators believe the painting is one of a series of kind of self-portraits there. So a lot of things heading in that area. So it's interesting there. And when it comes to laws protecting workers, a law to guarantee staff will get their tips has passed through the Oireachtas. Now, this has said that the law will give greater clarity to those in these industries, because a lot of the time it becomes a little bit concerning when employers just like, yes, my staff receive around 10 quid on average from tips, and then I take the money because that's how this works. It's like, I don't think you should be taking that money, because they gave it to the staff member, didn't they? They wanted to give the staff member, not you. So a lot of dodgy things going on there. And Ukraine has severed ties with North Korea after pro-Russian separatist recognition. So, yeah. A lot of things going on there. Is that a good thing, bad thing? Well, who knows? We'll see later on. So, yes, a lot of things going on here in the world, and a lot of news occurring, and some of that news includes a rather unfortunate situation where a 10-year-old had to cross state lines for an abortion in America. See, Americans, this is what happens when you ban abortions. This is the dreadful things that happen. That a 10-year-old has to leave your state because you don't let them have an abortion. How psychotic is that? They're 10. Anyway, so that's the sort of thing there you have. That's in Ohio. So yeah, maybe Ohio, I don't know, maybe don't force people to, birth children. Because to be honest, it is a bit like telling someone to have a disease in their body and then be like, no, we're not. It's not that we don't have the ability to cure you, or that it's that we're not letting you go to the hospital, or just even just have anyone give you anything that'll help. We want to watch you suffer. Is basically the vibes you get from the Ohio people involved there. If they don't repeal their decision to ban abortion, after this, this it's one thing, to have people telling you this is what's going to happen, people. It's quite another when it's like, no, this did just happen. Then it kind of shows in their face. But you know what? I don't think, to be honest, they will, because, well, America is becoming more and more a country that, is concerning to look at, to say the least. And, not very nice to look at as well. Looks like a country that is probably one of the most backward countries in the Western world now. And if they continue, definitely one of the most backward. Looking at it, you think, it's certainly a concerning thing to see, where you see these kind of things where it's like, it's not, there aren't many rights when it comes to workers. There aren't many rights when it comes to your body autonomy. It's really a pretty bad country to be in, to be honest, right now. And that is a very concerning thing to see, to be honest. And not the best country at all. And then moving swiftly forward, UK MPs have voted against the proposal amendments to the Northern Ireland Protocol Bill. So this bill was proposed to give UK ministers strict powers to change almost every aspect of the post-Brexit deal, which is not a good idea, because, it tends to cause problems if you just sort of say, yes, so that thing we agreed to, we can break that now. What? I don't think that's how deals work. When someone says to you, you've agreed to a deal, they don't just go, oh, right, you didn't want to, so you just pushed it back, bit weird. But that's the kind of thing you have there. A lot of situations going on in the news. So quick news look at today. So that's been a little short news look, and thank you for watching and listening, because you're not really watching, unfortunately. We need to get the camera sorted out. But basically that's it, and thank you for listening once again. Thank you and goodbye, because this is an end to the stream.